Chapter 1. The Abduction. It started with a light in the sky, a brilliant, pulsing orb that descended faster than any human aircraft could. Jason Mercer, an auto mechanic from a small desert town, barely had time to react before a beam of blue energy engulfed him. One moment, he was locking up the garage for the night. The next, he was weightless, his body paralyzed as unseen forces dragged him upward. The last thing he remembered before blacking out was the scent of ozone and something sweet, like crushed violets. When he awoke, he was in a chamber with walls that shimmered like liquid metal. The air was thick with unfamiliar aromas, spicy, floral, metallic. His head throbbed, but before panic could fully set in, a door slid open with a whisper, and she walked in. Tall, with skin like polished amethyst and eyes that glowed like twin suns, she was unlike anything Jason had ever seen. Her hair flowed like liquid silver, shifting colors in the dim light. She wore a form-fitting suit that seemed alive, pulsing with bioluminescent patterns. But the strangest thing, she didn't speak. Instead, she stepped closer, her nostrils flaring as she inhaled deeply, right above his neck. Then, with a voice like honeyed thunder, she said, "Mine." Chapter 2. The Scent of Fate. Jason recoiled. What the hell? The alien princess, because that's what she had to be, tilted her head, studying him like a scientist would a rare specimen. She reached out, running a clawed finger along his jaw. The touch sent an electric jolt through him. "You smell right," she murmured, her voice translating through some unseen device. "Smell?" Jason sputtered. "Lady, I don't know what kind of alien abduction this is, but I'd like to go home now." She laughed, a sound like wind chimes. "Home? Whoa. You are Tevrakal, the one who sent calls to me. My people bond through scent. And yours?" She inhaled again, shuddering. "Yours is perfect." Jason's stomach dropped. "Bond? You mean like mate?" She smiled, revealing sharp, pearlescent teeth. "Yes." Before he could protest, alarms blared. The walls flashed crimson. The princess's eyes narrowed. "We're under attack." Chapter 3. The War for a Human. A rival faction, the Zorathians, had tracked her ship. They wanted Jason for themselves, believing his unique scent could be weaponized. The princess, whose name he learned was Larissa, refused to let them take him. "You are mine," she growled, pressing a hand to his chest. "I will die before I let them have you." Jason wasn't sure how he felt about being claimed like property, but he definitely didn't want to be dissected by aliens. So when Larissa tossed him a plasma pistol, he didn't hesitate. The battle was chaos. Zorathian soldiers, insectoid and snarling, swarmed the ship. Jason fought beside Larissa, his human instincts kicking in. He wasn't a soldier, but he'd scrapped enough in bar fights to hold his own. At one point, a Zorathian lunged at Larissa. Jason acted on pure instinct. He tackled the creature, firing point-blank into its thorax. It screeched, collapsing in a heap. Larissa stared at him, her glowing eyes wide. "You fought for me." Jason wiped alien blood off his face. "Yeah, well, you kinda grew on me." Chapter 4. The Choice. With the ship damaged, they crash-landed on a jungle moon. Larissa was injured, her once pristine skin marred by burns. Jason tended to her as best he could, using the strange medical supplies from the wreckage. "Why do you care?" she whispered weakly. Jason sighed. "Because, I don't know. Maybe your crazy scent bond thing isn't totally one-sided." She smiled faintly. "Then you feel it too." He didn't answer. But when she reached for his hand, he didn't pull away. Chapter 5. A New Destiny. Rescue came in the form of Larissa's royal fleet. Her father, the emperor, was furious, not just at the Zorathians, but at her for risking her life over a human. But Larissa stood firm. "He is my Tevrakul. I will not renounce him." The emperor studied Jason, then sniffed the air. His stern expression softened slightly. "I see." Jason was given a choice: return to Earth and have his memory wiped, or stay. Become Larissa's consort. Live among the stars. He looked at Larissa, at the way her eyes burned with devotion. And he made his decision. Epilogue. A bond beyond worlds. Years later, Jason stood on the balcony of a crystalline palace, overlooking an alien city. Larissa wrapped her arms around him from behind, nuzzling his neck. "You still smell perfect," she murmured. Jason chuckled. "And you're still terrifying." She nipped his ear playfully. "But I'm your terrifying princess." He turned, kissing her deeply. Maybe it was fate. Maybe it was just insane luck. But in a universe of infinite possibilities, he'd found her. And that was enough. Jason stood on the balcony of the crystalline palace, the twin moons of Larissa's homeworld casting an ethereal glow over the sprawling city below. The air was thick with the scent of night-blooming Velshara flowers, their perfume sweet and intoxicating. He breathed it in, still marveling at how far he had come, from a small-town mechanic to the consort of an alien princess. Larissa's arms slid around his waist from behind, her body warm against his. She pressed her lips to the nape of his neck, inhaling deeply before murmuring, "You still smell perfect." Jason chuckled, turning in her embrace to face her. Her violet skin shimmered under the moonlight, her glowing eyes filled with a possessiveness that had once unnerved him. Now it sent a thrill through his veins. "And you're still terrifying," he teased. She bared her sharp teeth in a playful grin before nipping at his earlobe. "But I'm your terrifying princess." He cupped her face, tracing the delicate ridges along her cheekbones. "Damn right you are." Their lips met in a kiss that still felt electric, even after all this time. When they parted, Larissa rested her forehead against his. "My father has approved your official induction into the royal house," she said softly. "You will be granted full citizenship, with all the rights and privileges of our people." Jason raised an eyebrow. No more human pet jokes from the courtiers. She growled low in her throat. "If anyone dares insult you again, I will personally throw them into the void pits." He laughed, pulling her closer. "I love it when you get protective." Larissa's expression softened. "And I love you, Jason Mercer of Earth. My Tevrakul. My mate." His chest tightened. He had never expected this, never dreamed he would find belonging among the stars. But here with her it felt right. "Guess I'm stuck with you then," he murmured. She purred, a sound that vibrated through his bones. "For eternity." As the twin moons rose higher, bathing the palace in silver light, Jason knew one thing for certain. No matter how far from home he was, he had found where he truly belonged.